and hello everybody, my name is Lucy and welcome to Books and Brushes. So today I'm doing a video I'm quite excited to talk about, and that is my book goals for 2021. So happy new year. By the time that I post this it should be a few days until New Year. I hope you had a Merry Christmas despite all the shank. That's my new motto. Happy New Year whatever you are doing, wherever you are. I usually go out and have a party or something on New Year, which isn't going to happen this year. Who knows what I'll end up doing. It is what it is. Again, sorry for the terrible lighting in this video. I told you in my last video that my lights are slowly dying one by one and the room is getting dimmer and dimmer. I apologise, I will get some new light bulbs in the new year, but let's talk book goals for the new year. First off, this. I've had this as my setup for 6 months with the book stacks just piled on my floor. Right now I am cross-legged, sitting on the floor with a pile of book stacks that could kill and crush me at any moment. Although I could think of worse ways to go. Choose your poison. But in the week after Christmas, so by the time you're seeing this I might have already done it and filmed it, we will see. I am putting up my bookshelves. So excited. I've been meaning to do this for literally 6 months since I moved in, but my boyfriend's been using this room as his office because of lockdown. He's been working from home and he's used this as his office, and I just haven't found time or the energy to put the books up in here because he's in this room all the time and I can't do it while he's working. But for the week he's off for Christmas, I'm going to put the bookshelf up and all of my lovely books. I'm going to do book reorganizations. You'll see that soon enough. That is goal number 1 because I'm doing that before. My goal is to do that before the new year, so wish me luck. My dad just rang, so I completely forgot what I was talking about. Sorry about that. I think I was talking about my bookshelves. I will get that video together at some point for you, and in the next few videos you might see me with a different setup, so look forward to that and the video to come whenever the bloody hell I get around to that. And in January I have a bunch of fun videos planned, but we'll talk about that later. So my first goal is up my diversity stats. So it's always my goal to up my diversity stats. Over the period of my reading life I have upped the amount of books I read, the amounts of representation I try and read, and I'm always trying to top it and do better every single time and every single year, and that is no different in 2021. In fact, it is more prevalent than ever before. By diversity I mean all types of diversity. I want to up the LGBT stats, the black and POC stats, the disability, the different places in the world, the mental health, all of the representation. I want to up all of those stats because it's important to me to read diversely. It's not something I talk about and say because I feel like that's what everyone wants me to do. It's something I genuinely feel a passion for, that I like to do. There are of course some things that are closer to my heart than others, such as mental health and LGBTQ+, but the diversity in the black books as well is something I really want to up because this year has been crazy for Black Lives Matter and that whole conversation and topic in general. In fact, I really want to do a video next month, or it might be February by the time I get around to it. The George Floyd, what has happened since this whole Black Lives Matter blew up, and on Booktube, and it was this whole we will do better, we will improve. I want to do a video. Did we actually improve? Did we change anything? Is anything different? And I want to talk about my own journey and trying to read and buy more black books, and I don't know, I just want to open up that discussion, and it's really for myself. I like to keep myself accountable, and if I talk about it it's easier to do so. I did a video on Black Lives Matter back in when it all blew up in the summer. Of course no one watched that video, it was very unpopular, but I didn't really care, and I won't care next time either because it's something I want to do, and I don't have a big following. It's not like it's a performatism thing because I don't exactly have a lot of numbers, okay? So it's just something that I like to do for me. In the new year I'd like to up my diversity stats and how many diverse books I read in all sorts of categories, and in January I will have a whole video dedicated to my 2020 stats, which is one of my favourite videos of the entire year to do. I love that. Every year I talk about all the different stats I read, and that video is coming soon because I hope you watch that one. Stats are my favourite thing. Yearly stats are just everything. I'm really looking forward to those videos that are coming out in January. Goal number 1 for 2021 is to up whatever those numbers end up being in that video. I want to top it and do even better. Number 2, read books from more places all over the world. Again, this kind of ties into the first one, but it's slightly different. I want to read more books set in more places. You got the typical American setting, which is dominating the industry as it always does. Got the UK, which again, pretty prevalent. It's where I'm from, and I like reading about where I'm from, so that's good. But there are plenty many more places in the world that I want to read about. I have been upping my fictional places that are inspired by. I've got a bunch of different fantasies that replicate the real world and culture we have, but I don't have many books that follow a lot of places in the world. One in particular, like Australia. I love Australia. It's one of my favourite places in the world. I have been there. It's my favourite place I've ever been. I love Australia. And there are like no Australian books that really get promoted. I read one this December, but I want to read more. I want to read books set in Canada. I want to read books set in strange places all over the world. More Scandinavian books. More books set in different places in Africa. In actual Africa, not just a fantasy. More books set in more places around the world and places close to home where I'm from. Not the typical American setting, I guess. There's nothing wrong with an American set book. It's just I'm a traveller. I'm a wanderlust person and too broke to do so. Books are my way of travelling. I'd like to read books from more places, see more cultures, and if you only read books from one place, you're only going to get one culture and one perspective, and I want more than that. So it's kind of imperative that I read books from just all over the world, or at least set in places all over the world. Goal number 3, I want to read more audiobooks. This year I've really read more audiobooks than I've ever read before. Before 2020, I'd only really read a single audiobook series, and that was the Harry Potter series, which I have. It's the only audiobook I owned and then listened to over and over. But this year I've really upped that. I listened to a bunch of audiobooks in the summer, and then this autumn and winter I got my library app where I listen to audiobooks. So I've listened to a bunch of audiobooks. It's so much fun. It's a completely different experience, but it's still reading, and it's nice to have the variety. Also, it ups my books. It helps me get more books read, which is always great. I just want to listen to more audiobooks, and since I have the library app now, I'm pretty confident that in 2021 I will have upped my audiobook listening. So this is an easier goal to achieve. All of these things are realistic things that I think I'll achieve. I didn't want to make any goals that were far-fetched or silly or just forget about in a week. I wanted things that I was actually going to do and things that I knew I was going to strive to do. I wouldn't forget about them. They are prevalent in my mind already. That is a goal that I'm pretty sure I can accomplish next year, and I will. Goal number 4, beat or match 2020's reads. Now this one is a little bit more precarious. This year I read a lot of books. You will find out soon how many and what I read. But I read a lot of books, more than I've ever read before. I smashed my previous record out the water, and so 2021 I want to up it. Don't know if I will, don't know if I can. Every single year I've upped my reading. Ever since I've started recording it, I've always done better than the year previously, and it's not a record I want to break. However many books I read, I want it to be at least one more than the books I read in 2020. Wish me luck. Hopefully I can keep up that reading speed. At some point it's gonna have to plateau, but hopefully that's not 2021. Goal number 5, start rating books again. I used to rate books. I had an out of 10 system which I rated books with, and then my computer died, my old computer, and I lost a bunch of files which I still have on hard drive, which I still need to extract and haven't gotten around to because, you know, life. I haven't had access to those records, so I kind of stopped recording books because those records were gone, and I usually used to compare the rating to ratings previously so I could slot it in, correctly identify its rating number. I've never rated out of 5 really. I find 5 isn't enough. 5 stars just isn't enough to explain my thoughts and feeling on a book. 3 makes it sound too middle of the road. 5 makes it sound too amazing. I find 5 stars a very difficult rating system. I prefer out of 10, and because I lost my records I stopped doing that, and I just stopped rating books altogether. That happened months and months ago this year. I'd like to get back to rating books properly, so if I start a new record, maybe I'll do some video where I rate every book I've ever read. That's going to be a mountain and a half, but I need to do it. I need to bite the bullet and get back into it, because I'm a book reviewer. I'm a booktuber who doesn't rate books. Doesn't make sense. I need to be rating books again. That is a goal that I hope I achieve, because it's something I really need to do. Encourage me in the comments to just rate the books already. Even if I don't have a rating for every single book I've ever read, I just need to start somewhere, and it will be in 2021. And goal number 6 is to do more buddy reads. I started buddy reading in 2019 pretty much, and then I buddy read 2020 quite a lot. I buddy read with so many people, a few different people as well, and that was fun. Some of the buddy reads I read in 2020 were the best books ever and the best experiences ever, so I really want to do the same again in 2021 and read even more books with people, because it's such a fun experience to read books with your booktube friends. There's nothing quite like it, to be able to discuss and theorize and talk as you go, and it's just so fun. So if anyone in my comments, any other booktube friends, have any books that they want to read that they notice I also have, hit me up literally anytime. You can ask me in my YouTube comments, you can message me on Instagram or Twitter, it doesn't matter, just ask ask me and I will be up for a buddy read. Honestly, I'm really easy. If you ask me, I'll say yes. And I'll be asking other people if they're interested in a buddy read. No pressure, you can say no, but I will be asking, because if you don't ask, you don't get. And someone's got to make the first move. I can't wait for the books I'm going to buddy read with you guys. And that is all my book reading goals. Now, a lot of people have a amount of books they want to read. Now, there are more goals I could have set for reading, but honestly, I like to keep it realistic and I don't want to be too ambitious with it. Reading is my hobby after all, and I don't want it to be a chore, so I don't want to overly stretch myself. Those goals I feel are good goals that I'm passionate about and want to do. None of them are chores. They're all things I'm excited about anyway, and I hope I can achieve and I think are realistic. Those are my goals, and I'm not just going to invent more for the sake of having more goals. Those are the ones that I actually want to complete and think I can. But I have a few more goals in the Booktube world. So these are my more Booktube-ish goals, which is slightly different. My first Booktube goal is to make my wrap-ups shorter. You guys, you know what I'm like. I word vomit. I'm a chatty Cathy. I cannot shut the fuck up. I read books, I want to talk about books, and that's great, and I think that's great. I mean, that's the whole reason I have this freaking channel, but sometimes I talk too much, I go off on tangents, I just go on and on and on, and then the videos end up being ages long, spend way too long editing them, and then I get really down. I'm just wasting so much time editing because I'm a perfectionist with my editing. I get really detailed in my edits. I don't know if you've noticed, the jump cuts are extreme. It's a thing I can't help, and if I spend less time filming and I'm more concise with my thoughts, then I'll have shorter footage to work with, shorter videos. You guys will probably enjoy it more if they're not super long. I don't know, let me know. Do you love it when I just ramble? There is a goal to not make all my videos super long. And my second Booktube goal, which kind of ties in with that, is to script some of my videos. I've never really scripted my videos. I always just kind of come up with it on the moment, as you can probably tell. It's all just from the heart, what I'm thinking and feeling, thoughts I've accumulated throughout the month for, like, say, my wrap-ups. But that ends up being sometimes very, very messy and very unformulated, and it would be nice to have at least a few videos that I script, or even if I paraphrase off of them, because I can't read a script completely. It feels too robotic. Even though they are completely 100 my thoughts and feelings, they still feel wrong in my mouth when I'm trying to read off something and I go, and then I think this, and I also think that it's weird to film it like that. It's really weird, and my brain's not good at memorizing that. I'm really great at memorizing a play script when I was an actor, but I can't memorize a sentence and then say it to the camera. It's a bit bizarre. I don't know what's going on there. I would like to script a few more videos and just see how it goes and try and make my videos more concise. And my third Booktube goal is to make more different videos that are short and quirky with like voiceovers. I want to try a new style. I've been doing Booktube for how many years now? I don't even know. I'd say about 3 years, and future Lucy can edit that in, but it's been a long time and all my videos are kind of the same. I sit here in front of Stack and then talk about book. I either do tags or challenges or wrap-ups, and that's pretty much it, which is fine because that's what I like to do and that's never going to change. But I'd also like to add in a few more different videos, you know, try experiment a little bit, try quirky little videos where I just do some artsy aesthetic stuff or something. I don't know, something a bit different, maybe do some voiceovers. I'm not sure, but I want to do a few different videos and try and add a bit of quirk, some shorter videos here and there, just for less pressure to have videos that are always so long. So it'd be nice to have shorter, quirky little videos. I think that'd be fun to film and fun for you guys for a bit of visual and style difference on my channel. And that is my Booktube goals. I realise a lot of people have Booktube goals to gain a certain amount of subscribers or channel growth type goals. I don't have any of those goals, and the reason why is because I guess I don't ever expect any better than what I have. I'm pretty pessimistic. You don't hope for things, you can't be disappointed. I know that sounds really sad, but I don't want to say, oh, I hope that next year my goal is to have 500 subscribers, because A, I can't control that. That's not a thing in my control. If you guys want to subscribe and do subscribe, that is amazing and I love it, but it's not something really within my control. I don't like setting goals for things that I can't achieve. Do you know what I mean? And if I fail, it makes me feel like a failure, and I don't want to feel like a failure in my hobby and make my hobby a challenge and a race for a number. I don't like hitting numbers like that. I don't know, it's weird. I'd rather just do the best I can with the videos and I hope that my numbers go up, but if I set a number and I don't achieve the number, I'll just be sad and disappointed, and why put that pressure and that sadness on myself on something that I can't make happen. I mean, I guess me reaching a certain number would be my achievement, but like I said, it's not something I can directly control. So I'm not going to make a goal to have a certain amount of subscribers. I hope my subscriber count goes up. I hope my channel grows. I hope I get more friends talking to me in the comments. I hope for all of that stuff, but I'm not setting a goal for it. I wouldn't even know what to set the goal for. Would I shoot for something low that I think I could achieve? Would I set for something high? Middle ground? If I set 500, that sounds like, oh, I think I'm good enough for this many. And I'm very bad at analysing how many I think I deserve. Like, that's not how Booktube works. There are people with thousands of subscribers and there are people with a few hundred, and the people with a few hundred aren't any less good as the people with the thousands. Do you know what I mean? It just weirds me out thinking about numbers and stuff. So yes, I do hope my stats go up, and I'd love to get more subscriber friends. I'd love to one day make a bit of cash off this because your girl's broke, and that would be a fun thing. Wouldn't that be a fun time? But that's not something that I can control, and right now I wanna set goals for. It's just not my style. If you set goals though, that's cool. I'm not saying it makes you a bad person to set goals or anything. That would be weird and stupid. I'm just saying, for me, it's not a goal I want to set. And throughout the year, I'll probably think of more goals I want to make and set and try and achieve. But for now, those are my 2020 reading and Booktube goals. I hope you enjoyed listening to the things I want to achieve in the new year, and it was somewhat interesting for you. I don't know if any of these were surprises or not, but let me know down in the comments. What is your biggest 2021 Booktube or reading goal, or your best achievement maybe for 2020? What goal did you hit and you're proud of? Let me know in the comments down below. All of us small booktubers got to band together and help each other out. Plus, it's more of a community in the small booktube world. I found that. So just chat to me in the comments. Like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you want to watch more videos of mine and you want them to appear in your feed. It's as simple as that. Thank you for watching my face for a whole nother year, and I hope you're here for the next one. Thank you so much for watching. I love the fact that you do watch me and my videos, and I will see you all in the new year. Happy New Year!